Uh, my parents traced their Illuminati history back, my mother, back to the Amalekite people of the Middle East, 3000 BC. And mother to daughter witchcraft, dark occult witchcraft, from that time. I was a grave disappointment to my family. I really didn't like what they were doing, and once my brain started ramping up at the age of 5 years old, 6 years old, I started resisting the satanic programming to become a cult member. The Illuminati and the New World Order, which is the system they're trying to bring into the United States and the world, has been a plan that has been probably developed around the time of the First Roman Empire. People do not understand that to live in a generational Illuminati family is basically like being born into a family where you're generational bakers. Your father was a baker, you're going to be a baker, and your son's going to be a baker. And it's all about the baking business. Well, the Illuminati, it's all about the control business, and it's all about making the other 90% of humanity slaves and the 10% of humanity rulers. My mother told me in 1963 that although she said it was 12% of America was generational, were generational Satanists, I like to use the figure 10%. So basically we have 34 million generational Satanist pedophiles working for the elites. And if you want to know who the elite are, you need to read the book Bloodlines of the Illuminati by the author Fritz Springmeier. It's available at the InfoWars bookstore at Infowars.com. That's a good place to start in researching the oligarchs who control your society. Right now, Alfred, basically what the Illuminati has been doing since World War II is taking away any semblance of education from the American people and the world in general, and putting what I would say are soft kill chemicals into our environment. These soft kill chemicals for the mass of humanity are, number one, fluoride. Sodium fluoride is a byproduct of aluminum smelting and also of nuclear technology. Sodium fluoride costs $50,000 to have a 55-gallon drum of it disposed of properly under EPA standards. So the aluminum and nuclear industry decided, why should we pay a fortune to get rid of this toxic waste when we can just bribe a bunch of dentists and pay them off, and they'll tell the people that, hey, it's great for your teeth. But if you go to Fluoride Action Network and read up and study about fluoride, there's an excellent book called The Fluoride Deception, and you'll get the history of fluoride. It is a neurotoxin. It is considered by most scientists who are honest to be one of the top cancer-causing agents in our society that we're being exposed to on a daily basis. It makes people docile. It was used in the prison camps and the concentration camps of both the Soviet Union and the Nazis. It makes people docile, easily controlled, weak-minded, and basically, you want to be a zombie? Make sure you get your fluoride, because that's number one. The Illuminati, in addition to fluoride, after World War II, they went on a program of taking nitrogen, phosphorus, and putting them into fertilizing packages and selling them to agriculture. Nitrogen and phosphorus will make your plants grow faster and seemingly stronger. This, of course, is a biological lie, but once you start, let's say, using drugs on your plants, you get addicted to the system of jacking up your plants with these artificial fertilizers. So the plant grows quickly and seemingly strong. There's only one problem. There's no nutrition in it. And the plants themselves, as compared to an organic biomass where organic plants are grown, not only are they low in actual nutrition, they also are more susceptible to fungus and pests. So you have to use herbicides, fungicides, and pesticides to keep the artificially produced phosphate and nitrogen plants growing and making you money for harvest. So you produce this crop that is very weak and needs chemicals to protect it from nature's pests. So then those chemicals are absorbed by the plant. So what do people eat when they eat conventional food given to them by their loving Illuminati oligarchs? They're eating pesticide, fungicide, herbicide, and there's no nutrition in it compared to an organically grown natural biomass plant. So you're getting slow killed that way too, because the more you eat, the less satisfaction your body has biochemically. And so that's why one of the reasons you see so many obese people. They're literally eating artificially raised plastic fruits and vegetables. Another thing the Illuminati control system has done since World War II is really taking a lockdown on the economies of the West, Japan, and America. If you look around at how the banks have manipulated the Western world in the time since World War II, you will find that it's a system of boom and bust that the central banks throughout the West have been engaging in.
So you were speaking about the banks before we had the interruption.
Yes, since World War II, the entire Western economies have been controlled by the Rothschild-Rockefeller banking cartel.
So, how do the satanic Illuminati networks work through the banks?
Well, Webster Tarpley, historian, has followed the Illuminati oligarchs out of the Roman Empire to Venice in the Middle Ages. And they were known as the Black Venetians. And they were the merchants who became the bankers of the world. Then they moved from Venice into Germany, northern France, and Holland. And the time of Henry VIII was when the Black Venetian Illuminati nobility struck a deal with Henry Tudor. And Henry Tudor was the one who sold England out to the Illuminati. And since that time, the Illuminati have been using England as along with America, as a cannon fodder empire builder. But, what people do not understand is these ancient crime families communicate worldwide with one another, and they're not against working together to rob the masses of humanity. There's so many things I've studied when it comes to the banks, but the main thing I want to talk about to get people to understand is this business cycle mentality that people are told of boom and bust is nothing but central bank manipulation, so that as you expand your business in a boom and take out loans, then when they collapse the money supply, which is what they did in 2008 here in America and worldwide, then the banks are able to go in and buy everything for pennies on the dollar. And when it comes to the Illuminati power base, it's not just the ancient royal houses of Queen Elizabeth and Queen Beatrix and some of the other royal households in Europe and in Asia. The banking families like Rothschild and Rockefeller and Morgan are very big. It's said that the Queen of England is worth $17 trillion, and that the Rothschilds are worth over $300 trillion. If you have that kind of money, you can basically make any government dance to your tune. And unfortunately, these people are dark occultists. They have an agenda to take the entire planet for themselves, and they're well on the way to achieving that goal. But as I said, Alfred, Babylon Banksters by Joseph P. Farrell, both books would be an excellent place to start reading about the bankers who control your society. That's the core of the Illuminati as far as control, is of course the money. It's the golden rule. He who has the gold rules. And another thing people need to look out for, of course, is what they do with that money. Propping up dictators and actually creating problems. And there's an author by the name of Anthony Sutton. He's a Yale scholar. He's written 2 books, Wall Street and the Bolsheviks, how the banks in England and America created the Soviet Union, and also Hitler and Wall Street, how the Wall Street and British bankers bankrolled Hitler. Up until 1 month before the end of World War II, the Bank of International Settlements in Zurich, Switzerland, was receiving interest payments from the Nazis to the bankers in America and in England. So they were getting paid on their investment in Hitler up until 1 month before the end of the war. So it's all a scam, really. It's all a big stage show to keep you amused and think that there's actually different political factions out there. Nothing moves on this planet without the Illuminati's approval.
Now,
It's the way it is.
Now you mentioned starting that you yourself are from an Illuminati, a satanic, multi-generational satanic Illuminati family going back to the 3000 BC era. Could you describe specifically the experiences you went through in your family and in similar families that you came into contact with?